What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Wrasslin Talkos podcast. I'm here with Sir. I'm Juan, by the way. Sorry,
Sir,
Sir,
sir. How you doing, sir?
Sir, and Sir. How's everybody doing?
Doing swell. I'm Franco.
And I am Sir. Andy,
Sir.
sir.
Sir Andy. You've been knighted, my good sir.
Thank you.
Sir
Thank you.
Andre.
Sir, Mr. Andre.
We're gonna see how many times we can say "sir" in one sentence.
Sir, let's not do that.
Please, sir.
Speaking of Sir, we're talking about Survivor Series today.
Whoa, that was lit.
I
wasn't expecting that.
It's been a while since I've been on here, but I don't know. I've just been in like a 2002 kick. So when it was my turn to pick another event, I was like, let's talk Survivor Series, and still in that 2002 kick. So yeah,
It's November, so
it is
Survivor
November.
Series War Games is going to be up soon.
That looks interesting, by the way. So
I'm wondering who's going to be in the War Games match, because like it looks like the Bloodline, like who's gonna feud with them.
who's gonna lose
Paul
to him?
brothers.
Yeah, who's gonna lose to them? The Paul brothers.
The
Sami
the,
Zayn and KO.
the
Sami Zayn has
OC.
enough.
I honestly think it's gonna be the OC and Judgment Day in War Games. That's what it looks like it's leading to.
Oh boy, I would be highly disappointed if they did not put the Bloodline in War Games. Yeah,
I think a lot of us would be.
yeah.
But it's like, who's gonna? There's no group unless Sami Zayn
Put him against New Day.
turn. Oh yeah, New Day maybe. Sami Zayn, New Day, and Owens.
Or you could do. It looks like the Usos are having a feud with who is it? Sheamus's group.
The Brawling Brutes.
Yeah. Who knows
Right,
though?
yeah.
But we're not having a bad day like Austin Theory did. So.
Oh. Jesus.
I was
Yeah.
so
Bad
upset,
idea.
man.
Bad creative.
I didn't even like. I work nights. My daughter's right here, so if y'all hear any noise, it's her. But I work nights, and I can't watch Raw or anything. Usually, I watch like recaps when I go on lunch at midnight. But then that day, I just forgot. I woke up to it on Tuesday. I was like, "What the fuck happened? He lost against the United States champion." Like, I mean, Rollins ain't no slouch, but like, come on.
I think a lot of people were upset. Like, if you're gonna have him lose the briefcase, have him cash it on a world champ.
Yeah.
But
Seth Rollins is a world champ.
there you go.
Like, Seth Rollins can lose and lose and lose, and his status just never changes. He's still Seth freaking Rollins, no matter how many times he loses.
This is true. But you guys ready to talk some Survivor Series? I think this should be fun. I don't know. I think for me at least, and I was gonna ask you guys too. Like, Survivor Series was always like, to me, the second, my most second favorite pay-per-view behind like the Rumble, just because of like some of the surprises that could happen, or the 5-on-5. But it seems like the last maybe like almost 10 years, it's almost been like a throwaway event. What about you guys? Where does Survivor Series line up for you as far as like a WWE pay-per-view? Past, present, now, or future,
I think if we take out WrestleMania, because that's everybody's favorite pay-per-view, obviously. My favorite is probably Royal Rumble. I think after Royal Rumble, I would have to say SummerSlam, just because the way Survivor Series has been the past 10 years. It's just been meh. I think ever since like 2012, maybe, whenever The Rock and Cena teamed up.
Yeah.
That one was like... But yeah, I think Royal Rumble and SummerSlam are far better, and I even say Money in the Bank because that's like one of the top fives now. I think
get rid of that.
over Survivor Series, yeah, unfortunately.
But what about you, Andy? Are you a Survivor Series fan, or are you just like, eh?
I like the Elimination Chamber. I dig it. It mainly is on Survivor Series, is it not? So,
No, they haven't done it in like 10 years at Survivor Series. I think this is the only time that they've done it. 2002.
man, I'm so lost out of the loop.
It's okay.
Uh,
It has its own pay per view. I think in February.
oh,
March.
that's right. They got to get rid of that too. Put it back on Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Put it back where it belongs.
No, I think it's fine the way it is because it's like the Rumble winner goes on to face one of the world champions. Elimination Chamber winner goes on to face
The
the
other
other
one.
world champion.
Yeah. Triple H is taking away like Hell in a Cell, TLC, Money in the Bank. He's taking away all those themed pay-per-views. So we'll see what they do with the Chamber after this year or after 2023. So this should be pretty fun.
I'll make my
Um,
decision then. What I prefer.
uh,
Stay
but
tuned.
but today, guys, we're talking about Survivor Series 2002. It emulated live from Madison Square Garden in New York City, November 17th, 2002, with a sold-out crowd of 17,930, and it did over 340,000 pay-per-view buys. Um, so I guess we'll you guys want to start with match number one and see where we all went from there.
Number
Um,
one.
Number one. I'm not going to mention the Sunday Night Heat match. The pay per view started off with the 6-man elimination tag. Bubba Ray and Spike Dudley teaming up with Jeff Hardy to take on 3 Minute Warning and Rico. Um,
Rico.
this was actually a gem that I forgot about with 3 Minute Warning. I forgot how good 3 Minute Warning was. Um, that match went 14 minutes and 22 seconds to open up the pay per view. What did you guys think? 6-man elimination tag team table match with a surprise of Devon Dudley at the end of the match to come out and
Spoilers.
help Bubba, which they had been separated since like the draft back in March. So they went from March to November without even tagging. What did you guys think of the opening match?
It was a
Good.
great opening.
Very good.
Got the
I
crowd hyped up.
yeah. It was a very Bubba heavy match. Obviously, it's stables. Even though Spike's there, but Anyways, Bubba. Those. I enjoyed the reunion they had when Devon came out. You could see the audience enjoyed it, and there was just tables everywhere in this match.
Yeah,
So
the
it's just
crowd was super hot. I think literally from the beginning all the way to the very end, and like yeah, I agree. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a good open. Um, that New York City crowd is always hot anyway, so um, yeah. And you had a young Umaga in the making with Rosie and Jamal, so I enjoyed the team. You know, a little early bloodline here in this match. So
the original Usos.
original
No,
Usos.
there's another. There's more original Usos back then, but
um, but the match would see Bubba Dudley be the sole survivor. You guys want to give your taco rating?
Before I give my taco rating, I did want to talk about a couple spots. Andy, I'll take the one spot, but Jeff Hardy did the entrance. I like the entrance, like the fuck are they like? I don't know. They're like movable, like you just come out. It's not like curtains. Like the
Oh,
whole Titatron was movable.
yeah,
it was like
I
a
like that.
big old door.
like an
Yeah.
elevator door.
Jeff Hardy did a swanton off of that into Jamal through the table to eliminate him, and I like that spot. That spot was pretty good.
Was it Rosie or Jamal?
It was. I put Jamal. On it. It was Jamal. No wait. Yeah, you're right. It was Rosie. I switched them.
It was one of the 3 Minute Warning guys.
Look, man,
It was not Rico.
they're wearing the same clothing. No, yeah, that was a good spot. The other spot that I'm going ahead and say is Spike Dudley was doing some offense against Jamal, Rosie, and they were going to the corner. He was getting a running bulldog going up the ring post, up the turnbuckles, and it turned around into a tag team from 3 Minute Warning. I'm not sure what happened exactly. It was like a face plant. It was some sort of power bomb originally going backwards, and Spike Dudley's face just goes first into a table. Like, why?
Yeah,
Why would you do that to him?
I call it the slingshot power bomb, reverse power bomb, but that spot looked really dope. Spike
Yeah,
Dudley was a he was a gem.
he was something.
He
Spike
was
Dudley's
something else.
highly underrated, especially with some of the bumps that he always used to take, and like he's just. I don't think he gets talked enough about today, and I think it would be fun to see him somewhere in the business. I know he's like keeps far away, but I think it would be fun to see him just a presence shown, you know. And I'm honestly excited for Raw. Raw is 30, the 30th anniversary in January. I think some interesting people might show up. Um, but I know we're not talking about Raw, but for me at least, the ruthless aggression era, bringing up Spike Studley, bringing
That's
up
a good one.
bringing up Spike Dudley just makes you like appreciate him and that era just a little bit more. So I really enjoyed this match. Um, and then you know what I was gonna point out this spot, but the 3D. I know it's just a simple 3D through the table, but that crowd just ate it up, and yeah, it was a really good ending. So
The the bad part about the ending was that Bubba Ray was celebrating with Devon, and then Spike was just not anywhere to be seen. Like, is he not a Dudley? Is he not a part of the family?
they were all eliminated though, right? They'd already made their way to the back.
Yeah,
I think it would have been cool to see Spike come out, but I think that moment was just specifically for them too, and it was pretty good. Spike is just like,
understandable.
he's under he's I think I say it in two different senses. Like he's underrated, but when it comes to the two Dudleys, stay your ass in the back, Spike. You're good.
Oh, true.
You can have your moment on Raw the next night.
You can hug Jeff in the back.
Yeah. Um. I did. I didn't bring up the Night Heat match, but I did want to bring this up because we'll talk about it later on with the Elimination Chamber. Did you guys remember, or if anybody watched highlights of the original Sunday Night Heat when they were filming the Sunday Night Heat match? They never showed the actual Elimination Chamber because it was like in order to watch and see the live Elimination Chamber, you had to buy the pay per view. So they never showed the Elimination Chamber on the original Sunday Night Heat episode. And I wanted to bring that up because I just thought it was like stuff they don't do that anymore. Like the camera was not going high, it wasn't going wide, and I just wanted to bring that up. I thought it was pretty cool.
You got to pay for that.
You got to pay for that.
Everything gets leaked now on social media, so that's the reason they probably don't do it no more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
so it doesn't
WrestleMania
matter.
sets and shit.
yeah. Um, since my pick, do I go first, or does anybody want to go first on the rating, or did you guys want to bring up another spot with the table match?
I just had one question before I give my rating. Devon, was this before his gimmick with as the father?
The Reverend Devon. This
Yeah,
was after.
Reverend.
Yeah, this
This
was
was
after.
oh, it was after.
Yeah, because they became remember in the draft they split up, so that was his gimmick on SmackDown when he was solo
Okay.
was the
That,
Reverend
'cause I think I
Devon.
saw him with the thing on his neck. I was like, oh, this
Yeah,
is different. Or I
yeah.
know this is
It's a
definitely
break
before, but
character. Yeah, it's a break character for another character.
I'd give this one a 6 loaded tacos. It got me going, and it was really good. It was a really
I
good
got it
opener.
at a 7.
Six loaded, nice. I'm gonna have to give this one. I'll give this one 4.5 or four loaded. It was a great opening. Uh, I'm just kind of I usually rate my matches as far as like the next time I watch this pay per view, am I going to skim through it just to get to my favorite match, or will I watch it again? And I think I'm just going to give this one a four loaded. Um, and I think it's just mainly because you know the payoff. Like, yeah, the Dudley, Bubba had his long awaited win. They got reunited, but I just put a lot of story when it comes to my wrestling rating sometimes, and it was just like, eh, you know, you bring Devon back for this comeback just for them not to win the world tag team titles. So, but that's just my rating. I know it's probably a little weird, but I'm gonna give this one a 4.5, four loaded. So
You don't got to feel weird about it. We all have our own personal reasons for we rate things. Um, I think I was going to go with 5 loaded. There was some spots in there that were Like I remember Rico is a kind of I remember seeing it back then, but Rico was on the top teetering for so long after Jeff had went through a table and waiting for Jeff to jiggle the ropes a little bit. It was just a little goofy looking, but that's not important. Anyways, five loaded.
5 loaded. Um, I think after this one was the Saliva uh, live, right at the
Hmm.
World in Madison or in New York City. You got the performance from Saliva, which I like Saliva. I like listening to Saliva, but I didn't dig the live performance. Did you guys have any note taking on that? Did you want to mention it? Because it just to me was just eh, his vocals just seemed way off.
It's something they don't do anymore, honestly. Like, because well, I mean, I guess Versus was a big pay per view back in the day, but they don't do like much concert performances that much anymore.
And it's probably for, hey, it doesn't sound good on TV.
Mm.
Um, but yeah,
It was okay.
yeah,
When you
agreed.
mentioned it, I was like, yeah, I'll give it like one taco.
One taco.
They had the performance, and like during the performance, they weren't even showing them; they were showing a video package. So
Yeah.
it's like it wasn't really. They weren't even. Could have just been a song. They weren't live.
It was live
Um,
for them.
Next up is a SmackDown exclusive Cruiserweight Championship match. You have Billy Kidman taking on the near 6 month reign of Jamie Noble. Uh, and they went 7 minutes and 29 seconds. This was the first of 5 championship matches back to back to back. And, I thought it was pretty good for what it was. Um, Billy Kidman had the nice little music change from his WCW music to his popular WWE music that everybody probably knows now. And then you have Jamie Noble, uh, which is more of your technical cruiserweight, I guess. He's not that much of a high flyer, but um, what do you guys think of this one? Match number 2 for the cruiserweight title.
I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I did.
Why don't you think you were gonna like it?
It's Jamie Noble, man.
Oh,
J&J Security, man.
Yeah. Like I like his comedy, but like
yeah,
wrestling
It's
wise,
comedy.
I'm not a big fan.
his promos back in the day were really really good, and then his skits where they were like, his skits with Nydia as far as like going through the trailer park when he first won the cruiserweight title because he got more money. Those skits were really really funny, but I would probably agree with you. I think I wouldn't say his in ring work was like bad or just off. I just think when you see cruiserweight championship, you're expecting those matches like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, but when you get a technical cruiserweight, almost like Kid Cash, I think Jamie Noble's just he does what he does, and I don't know. I would have liked to see them maybe go a little bit longer and have
Hmm.
Billy Kidman do a little bit more cruiserweight like moves, but uh, this was what it was. I think it was a good uh, man. This card to me is so stacked. This was your popcorn filler. Like if you have to go to the bathroom, if you got to go to the concessions, and I know that's hard to say because it's a championship, match, but this was it. I just don't think it was placed really good on the card.
I I thought it was placed pretty good actually. I was gonna bring that up because you got the first match, the six or yeah, the 6 man elimination,
Yeah.
and this one brought you, it brought me down, but then it brought me up a little bit as well because it was pretty good. But then afterwards, we got even more and more. I think I probably would have switched the next 2 matches around, but that's probably it.
Because of length, I feel the same way. I would have put this match right before the Elimination Chamber match. Right
Oof.
before, because we'll talk about it, but the last 2 matches are the 20-minute triple threat tag team match and then the 40-minute Elimination Chamber match. So I feel like you would have definitely needed a filler in between those two. Uh,
Well,
But either way, I still wish the cruiserweight title match would have gone just a little bit, not a lot longer, just maybe like another 2 minutes.
but then you got to think about the titles themselves. Because if it was before the Elimination Chamber, where would they put the World Heavyweight? Before the Cruiserweight? So it was like the Cruiserweight title is, you know, much more smaller than the World Heavyweight title. The WWE title. My bad. But it
Yeah,
was a good
well,
match.
Yeah. Do you guys have any spots that you want to talk about? I know everybody's probably just going to be um I think you had Billy Kidman's one overhead shot, and then you had his shooting star press to end the match. But other than that, that was really the only high flying that you got in the match.
Well, Jamie Noble's solid planning of Kidman into the ground from the top turnbuckle,
Oh yeah.
the DDT, that was that's not impressive or anything, but I just look back at it like, damn, like brain trauma, bro.
Yeah.
Billy Kidman invented the shooting star press,
I don't think
or
he invented it. I think he might have just
made it popular.
made it popular. Somebody had to have tried it before him, I'm sure.
Because I remember having watching someone on Facebook argue, and they said Billy Kidman invented it. I was like, did he invent it? I was like, I don't remember.
I know he was using it early WCW, so I'm not sure to be honest if he started it, but we all know he damn sure perfected it. So
But Evan Bourne, no, I'm playing.
I don't know who that
She
is.
disagreed with you.
He sounds like a Walmart generic professional wrestler, Evan
Oh
Bourne.
my
No,
God.
I'm just messing with you.
That's hilarious.
Evan Bourne's was really good. I think he's the one that would actually like touch his ankles
Yeah,
when he was doing
Yeah,
it, or hold his ankles.
the way he would. I mean, everybody brings up that RKO, so that's just
I'm not a fan of that RKO.
phenomenal.
Are you
I-
serious?
Like Orton almost messed it up. He was almost like the timing was almost messed up a little bit. But I mean, I still can't do it either way. But you know,
I will say Billy Kidman's shooting star press, he always tilted a certain way. Like I don't think he never got it as straight as Evan Bourne. He always tilted to one side or the next.
he was
He,
able to control himself though for the most part.
yeah, better than Brock Lesnar's shooting star press.
Oh God. One time, he apparently does it pretty well off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they all say. No,
I'd rate this one 4 loaded tacos with cheese.
4 loaded. Um, that's fair, but I think I'm going to give this one a 4, just a solid 4 tacos.
No
I
cheese
just
for
wish
them.
no cheese for them. I just wish they had a little bit longer
Just the meat.
and some more higher spots, but that's it. So I'll give it a 4.
I'd also give it a 4. I feel like the crowd's excitement was really just for Kidman's entrance, his music, I guess. And then after that, it was kind of just, we're here.
Yeah.
It's titled, we're here.
Like I said, I wouldn't even be surprised if a lot of people missed this match in the arena because you got the 6-man tag, Saliva. Probably as soon people wanted to see Saliva, probably, and then as soon as they're like saw, oh, it's a cruiserweight title, let's go get some fucking popcorn.
So we get some loaded tacos because this match I ain't getting them.
Some mini tacos. Next, you have the women's championship, which was a Raw exclusive. Then Victoria challenging Trish Stratus. They had a really good feud going on. It lasted about 90 days, I think, about 3 months. And you get before this match, you get Victoria talking to herself in the mirror. They had the F view, which was a Raw thing, like a hidden camera backstage. This is where she tears up the Trish Stratus cardboard. This one gets a video package. It gets a women's championship video package, which was kind of not a thing back in the day. The women didn't get that much, TV time, but this one was kind of big for them. They went 7 minutes and 1 second. It was a hardcore rules match for the women's championship. What do you guys think? I enjoyed the video package. Would you?
Is that all you enjoyed?
No.
What? Like the video package was great. What about you guys?
And don't forget the entrances.
Of course, yes.
No.
The entrances.
I enjoyed this match as well. They went all out for it. It wasn't no Bailey versus Bianca Belair Crown Jewel 2022, but it was still pretty good.
Oh man.
Same. I was gonna say the same thing. I think we've been spoiled the last 6 years or so with women's wrestling, and so looking back at it, it to me it aged well, but we're so spoiled now that this was like really. So there was a few moments where I was like kind of glazing through the phone, checking the phone, but it was uh it was worth the 7 minutes and 1 second. Um, so
What?
We got
Why
some
you laugh
blood.
at the 1 second every
one
time?
second.
It's just funny.
I do think again this is another match where I feel like maybe the time was good, but I would have liked to see them just do a little bit more hardcore because they emphasized hardcore throughout the match, but it just did not feel as hardcore as they probably wanted to go. I don't know.
There, there wasn't enough trash can lids for you.
Yeah, not enough trash can lids. Um,
Uh,
what about you, Andy? Did you enjoy this match?
I did. Uh, there was some blood involved.
There was
There
some
was
blood.
kendo sticks, broomsticks, fire extinguishers, trash can lids.
They beat the hell out of
Sticks.
each other,
Um,
honestly.
yeah, it wasn't spectacular. They didn't go all over the place. They mainly stayed in the ring in that whole area. But it was still hardcore. It was not like you got to watch it, but it's not a snooze.
Hmm.
It was better than the cruiserweight title match for me.
Yeah,
um,
and besides I mean, I'll say it now before we get into it, but even besides the shock factor, like in ring wise, I thought it was better than the WWE title match.
oh man,
So
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Performance wise, yeah.
I wouldn't have minded seeing a commentator's table spot, like, but I know this was still years before they did women's and commentator tables getting through. But um,
Speaking of commentary table spots, they the first match was a table elimination. They I forgot who was on commentary. Was it Lawler and Ross for that match?
yeah, for
Yeah.
Raw you got Ross and
Uh,
Lawler.
one of them said, "There's a lot of tables out here," and they
Even
pointed
we
out,
have it.
and yeah, they pointed out their announce table, and I expected one of them to go through an announce table, and that didn't
Yeah.
happen. So I was disappointed.
I was like, even we're at a table. Like, shut up. God.
Shut up, Lawler.
Shut up, Lolly. Puppies. That was
So
Oh, and speaking of puppies, he said that he talked about them in this match, the women's match, lingerie and whatnot, and Ross had to tell him this isn't a lingerie match. Yeah.
That's so sad.
what'd you
WWE
think?
was so sad back then.
Did you guys like the finish to the title match? What'd you think of Victoria going over to getting her big spotlight at Survivor Series? I thought this was
Good
like,
stuff.
yeah, I thought it was like a well deserved moment. She had put in some time there, and uh, I would have liked to see these two keep going through some pay per view matches, but we'll talk about it at a later time, I guess. But Victoria goes over, new women's champion. So back to back, new cruiserweight champion, new women's champion. It would end up going happening throughout the night, I guess too.
I think every title changed hands.
Yep, all five in a row.
Spoiler,
Crazy. You did spoil it.
but I enjoyed it. I'll give it 5 tacos.
um, I'll give it four loaded. Four loaded.
This is the first. I think I'm going to go 5 tacos as well.
Five. Man, you know who could eat 5 tacos?
Everyone.
The
All of
Big
us.
Show.
You mean 55?
You
Yeah,
mean 500?
500.
if,
The Big Show.
if you had a baby named Taco, multiply it 5 times and feed it to Big Show, yeah, he'd eat
He'd eat
500.
it. But that's what we're talking about next. The WWE title match, SmackDown. SmackDown World Championship. Big Show taking on Brock Lesnar. Uh, their feud started 3 weeks prior on the SmackDown after No Mercy. They went 4 minutes and 19 seconds. Very, very well put together video package. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the feud leading up to the match, and then you got the match.
How long was the match?
4 minutes 19 seconds. Very quick.
Minutes.
4 minutes.
Was this the quickest match?
Yeah,
Snooze fest. Go get
That's
your popcorn.
That's what
That's
she
probably
said.
why I paid attention all the way through. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, and it was a very easy match to keep an eye on and to especially I remember watching this live on pay per view and it was so intriguing because you didn't know what was going to happen. 3 weeks prior they were teasing could Brock Lesnar lift the Big Show? Could he get him up for the F5? He had the Hell in a Cell match with the Undertaker at No Mercy, and then Big Show threw him off the stage. So it was a good lead up to the match, but I felt like they probably could have just done so much more in this match. Um, the payoff was really really good. To me, this started Brock Lesnar's road to WrestleMania. Um, but yeah,
How do y'all feel about Big Show?
at this time, or just overall.
Yeah, overall.
Big Show doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, overall, man, I think it's just a shame the way he was treated throughout his WWE run. You have somebody who you really, I mean, he's a good wrestler to watch sometimes with his size, but I feel like he really should have been put on that pedestal like an Andre the Giant. But I know it's also probably due to him not really wanting to be on that pedestal as Andre. I know they pay him good money, but you really expect me to believe that if he really did not want to dress like Rikishi and shake his ass in a thong, that he wouldn't have got up there and did it? So like if he
I
didn't want
hope not.
yeah, like if he didn't if he didn't want to do any of that stuff, I'm sure he could have said no. But I feel like he was just kind of treated like a joke in the WWE the entire time. Maybe not the first year he was there, but 2000 and on, like I think he was just treated like a joke.
Yeah,
That's me
they're gonna
personally.
rename him the Big Joke.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was. He didn't get. I remember this one point. I forget years. Because I'm forgetful like that. Big Show was on. He was gone for a bit, like quite a while, and he had returned, slimmed down. He put on some muscle, like better than ever,
Yeah.
and it just nothing happened. Just not a thing happened for him,
Nope.
and you could feel the sadness radiating from the screen. Like he's just so disappointed, and we all were.
Yeah. He even took a breaking of the nose from Floyd Mayweather. And I'm just like, I agree with you. When he came back then, I was like, oh, this is the perfect time to build him up as that monster, as that big bad giant. And they never did. They dropped the ball with him so many times. I would have
Hmm.
left the company. I mean, if again, I'm sure he got paid good money, but I would have left a long time ago.
Yeah.
But you got the WWE Championship match. You had some fun spots. The entrances. I always remember this time when the lights would go out, Brock Lesnar would come out, Taz would always, here comes the pain. So the announcers, the video package got you hyped up for the match. But what do you guys think of the actual WWE title match?
It was indeed a match.
It was a
Like
match.
It
I think the
happened.
story. I think the story was more important of Paul. Just the betrayal. I think that
I
was more important than the match itself.
I think if this match happened today with this storyline, I could see this match going a minute and a half.
Oh yeah,
Because I
yeah.
feel like the whole storyline of Brock Lesnar not being able to lift the Big Show, I'm like, if I would have booked this match 20 years ago, I would have just had the match start off with Lesnar getting out of a choke slam and automatically lifting him up for the F5. That's all you need. That's all people wanted to see, and then see Paul Heyman screw him over.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
But it was okay.
Yeah, it was there.
It was there. They went.
Uh,
This match was 4 minutes too long.
This one they should have put. They should have flipped this one and the tag team coming up
Yeah,
Yeah,
next.
I agree with that too.
I had
Uh,
it flipped in my head because that's where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, we could always go, back, fast forward, and then rewind again.
Yeah,
but Brock Lesnar and this is the first time Brock Lesnar got pinned in the WWE too. So he was like on a stretch of never he hadn't lost a match since this. So it's the first time he gets pinned on TV. Paul Heyman screws him out of the WWE title, and Big Show uh, becomes a two-time WWE champion at this point.
And that was the last time they were together, right? Paul Heyman and Lesnar until 2011, 12, whenever he came back.
2003, they kind of got together for a little bit when Paul Heyman was the GM of SmackDown. But yeah, this would be the last time he like officially walked out with Brock Lesnar. Yeah, until 2012.
That's sad.
I
10
thought they
years.
were married.
Yeah. So, Big Show hits Brock Lesnar with a chair, lays it down on the mat, choke slams him on the chair. 1, 2, 3. They hightail it out of there. He doesn't really get to celebrate that much with the belt. Holds it up in the air, and then they take off. So it was really quick in and out, both entrance to match. So, yeah,
Had to be somewhere.
had to.
Yeah.
He took off in the limo, and he was like, "Yep, I'm out."
No more BS.
Yeah. Do you guys want to bring up any other spots or?
Did you see Lesnar lift Big Show in the air?
I did.
Wow, no one believed he can do it.
No one believed.
Nobody
It
did.
was CGI.
See what happened
John
was
Cena was there helping him. You couldn't see him.
the reason Big Show wore the belt and the jeans is because there was a lion holding up Big Show. He had some fairy wires holding him up. That's why the Elimination Chamber was there to begin with.
That's funny.
Was I had it in my head. I forgot. Never mind.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
Maybe if I remember.
we'll talk about that rating. No,
Talk about it. Yeah.
I'd give it a 3. Floated.
3 loaded.
3 with
Very generous.
cheese and some avocado.
With the cracked shell.
No.
Yeah.
I'll give it 2 loaded.
Yeah, I'll do 2 loaded as well. This is forgettable. A bit forgettable.
Next up, you got the SmackDown Tag Team titles, triple threat tag team title match.
I remember I was gonna bring up. My bad.
Oh,
Oh my god.
you're good.
Whenever Lesnar, the turn happened, he chased Paul Heyman, went back into the ring. Big Show got the steel chair and hit him in the ribs with the steel chair and on the back. Was this the first time that was happening, or has that been? Because like back in the '90s, they fucking hit him over the head and shit.
No, they were still hitting him over the head.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe it's because he had the the ribs taped up and shit.
Yeah, no, I think he just focused on the ribs because they were taped up and sold them. I that would have been nice to see a headshot, but yeah, they were still doing headshots then. They didn't do headshots until after the Benoit incident.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that happened, and the next thing that happened was Chris Nowinski, I believe, coming out.
Was that next or was that after the tag title match?
It might have been after, but either way, he came out and all that stuff, and that's the guy that I believe sued WWE for the headshots.
Yeah, he did a lawsuit. He also became one of the doctors as well, and then he ended up suing as well. But since you brought up Nowinski, even though it's, we'll talk about it now if you want. The whole Christopher Nowinski and Matt Hardy segment, which was goofy as all get out. It was Lupin.
Version 1.
Yeah, Matt Hardy version 1, Christopher Nowinski, which was all just for Scott Steiner to make his WWE debut.
Big Papa Pump.
Yeah,
that was his debut.
That was his WWE debut. Well, his Scott Steiner Big Papa Pump debut. Remember, he had been a part of the tag team in WWE like in the early '90s, but this was his Big Papa Pump debut in WWE. Yeah,
that wasn't a good debut.
I'm not a big Papa Pump fan. I don't know when we'll talk about him again, but we might as well. I'm not a huge Scott Steiner fan at all.
As a tag team,
23 and a third chance. Okay,
as a tag team, I enjoyed him. By himself, no.
Yeah. So not a fan. Um, but speaking of Benoit, you get Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit tagging up to take on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Edge and Rey Mysterio, and taking on Los Guerreros. What'd you guys think of the segment before where Benoit and Angle wants to hug Benoit?
It's funny.
Angle was so damn funny back in the day. He lost his touch a little bit now.
He's older.
I forgot that segment was even there, and then when I rewatched, I was like, um, the thing that stood out to me was the fucking I'm sorry the shirt, Chris Benoit's SmackDown shirt. Like, I know you're wanting to make this like a brand thing, and it's a brand co-branded pay-per-view, but I'm like, why does he have a SmackDown shirt on? Let him put on his shirt, you know. But that's the thing that stood out to me in that segment. I don't know. It just irritated me. It just looked like it looked like a
Shirt.
video game.
It
Has
was a video
anybody
game.
ever bought in a Raw or SmackDown T-shirt?
I've never have.
Because like they sell them, especially around Survivor Series. But like, has anybody ever bought one?
Like, they do exist? Does anyone have one in your house right
If you
now?
were to buy one right now, which one would you buy?
Like, you mean the
Raw or
brands
SmackDown?
now, or like
Yeah, brands
an
now
old vintage
today.
one?
I've always been a blue guy. I
Raw.
love. I would do SmackDown.
Probably do Raw.
Now I will
I
buy.
think I would.
NXT.
Yeah,
I
I think I'll
think
go with NXT.
I think I will buy a Raw is Triple X shirt, a Raw's 30 shirt. That looks stupendous, if I can use that word. And I'm excited to see what they do with that show. So I would buy one of those shirts for sure.
They're gonna bring Edge and Lita back out. That's what they're gonna do.
I will
Uh,
be highly disappointed. It's in January. I don't know if it's before or after the Rumble.
Pretty sure it's before because the Rumble was like the ending of January like 28th.
Damn it.
Mhm.
But if it was after, I would not. I wouldn't. I would bet money. I don't know if he's still signed on long term with AEW, but I'd like to see Goldust make an appearance at Raw's 30.
Ooh.
I think like the debut of Raw was like January 22nd, but I could be wrong on that.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna be upset if I don't see some attitude error guys on that show. Um, but now you got, some people say the match of the night: Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo Guerrero defeat Edge and Rey Mysterio, and they also defeat Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit in a triple threat elimination match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. They went 19 minutes and 25 seconds.
Oof.
Match of the night. What a show stealer for me, honestly.
So it's already agreed then, huh? We don't gotta wait till later to say what match of the night was, because yeah, this was mine.
It was just amazing to see all that talent in the ring, just just doing their work. Words can't describe what these guys did in this ring. You would think the month before, I think the finals were Mysterio and Edge versus Benoit and Angle for the newly crowned SmackDown titles, and that was a good match. But for them to follow it up with this one a month later, man, it was good, real good. What about you guys? Do you have anything you want to point out, or I mean, there's so much to point out if you wanted to really break it down.
Uh, all these guys had chemistry together. This was the SmackDown 6, right?
Yeah, yeah, technically. I
Um,
mean, people would probably take Chavo out and put Lesnar in there if you wanted the original SmackDown 6. But yeah, Chavo
I-
Chavo did work too, man. He was phenomenal.
when I was watching it, I was like, Edge and Chavo had really fucking great chemistry. But then I was, finishing it up. I'm like, no, all these guys had great chemistry together. Like all six of them. It was phenomenal. We don't have guys like this anymore today.
No. Yeah. Words can't put into this match of how good it was. If I just recommend anything, just go on Peacock right now and just watch it. Honestly.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining.
So, and then it's almost like you get two matches in one, because once uh the elimination happened, you're like, man, because I believe Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle get eliminated first. uh,
Yeah.
13 minutes into the match, and then you have Edge and Mysterio against Los Guerreros, and they just keep going. They go another another 7-8 minutes, and it's phenomenal. So go check it out for
Yeah, it's
sure.
amazing to see like Angle and Benoit. These guys are all championship material, but Angle and Benoit, um, they're like two massive stars in there, like big old fish in a little pond, kind of, and they're just slamming everyone else whenever they get eliminated, and they start bickering to the back, and I thought that was hilarious. But it was just a good match. It's kind of out of place whenever you think about it, because Angle and Benoit are just really superstar names. So they're like world title scene names. I enjoyed this whole match, and then it turned into a 2-on-2, and those two had great chemistry. So
Yeah,
I think Angle and Benoit like elevated them all to be top. Like if
yeah,
Edge, Mysterio, the Guerreros can hang with Angle, Benoit, they can hang with anybody.
yeah.
yeah. I
And this
mean, no disrespect to anyone else, because like Rey Mysterio, the Guerreros, they've been going since the '90s, even Edge, but they are smaller stature. They're like literally height wise and muscle wise. So that's what I'm pointing out, like superstar wise.
yeah. And 2 months later, Benoit and Angle would finish their rivalry at the Rumble in a phenomenal WWE title match. Um, great match those two had at the Rumble in '03. So if you guys haven't seen that one, I highly recommend that too. Um, but Los Guerreros become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. You guys want to go rating? Are we going full blown?
Full blown, seven loaded, all the way. Like just get this match, any match similar to this match, and just like inject into my blood.
He loves this shit. That's such good shit.
Like SmackDown back in the day was freaking amazing. I was always a SmackDown guy, but like back in 02, 03, 04, top tier shit.
Yeah. Best match of the night, favorite match of the night, probably favorite match of the year, 2002 at least, maybe for me at least. It's probably top five. Seven loaded.
I'm peer pressured right now, man. I either say seven loaded or I die. So I'm
I'll
gonna
give
say
this one a
seven.
5.
I'll give it a one. It was mid. It was mid. No, it was a seven loaded. Yeah, just seven loaded. It was good. Put it again. I'm gonna go watch it again actually.
Like I've never been a tag team um, wrestling fan very much, but these guys had great chemistry all together, and like it's Rey Mysterio and Edge. I think only teamed up for a little bit. Honestly, I think like less than a year, right?
Yeah,
And it's crazy how good of a chemistry they had together.
it's true.
And then you have Los Guerreros, obviously uncle, nephew, and then Angle Benoit were pretty good too as well. I think they were also less than a year teaming up together.
Yeah, they got thrown together for the SmackDown Tag Team Tournament. Um, yeah, phenomenal match. Go check it out on the Peacock. Uh, but now you got the main event. Unless you guys want to bring up anything else with the SmackDown Tag Team Title match,
I wish tag team wrestling was like that today.
it
We have
needs
the
to get.
Usos and New Day, but like more tag team wrestlers and people that they could just throw together that have great chemistry, like how Sheamus and Cesaro were
Oh,
in the bot.
Oh yeah.
phenomenal. Um, Elimination Chamber match, first time ever. World Heavyweight Championship. Triple H defends his championship against Shawn Michaels, Rob Van Dam, Chris Jericho, Booker T, and Kane. 39 minutes and 20 seconds. But before that match, you had Eric Bischoff come out and did his whole, he showed off the Elimination Chamber. They did the gimmick where they made it seem like it came out straight from his mind. He put the match together. Um, and months prior, Triple H had rivalries with all these guys. He had the rival with Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam. He beat Rob Van Dam at Unforgiven. Um, You throw Chris Jericho in there because Chris Jericho had the rivalry with Rob Van Dam, and then at No Mercy, Triple H beat Kane to retain the belt and had the whole Katie Vick thing. How could we forget? Um, yeah, so this would be in the middle of the Triple H Shawn Michaels rivalry, which would end uh, later on that month that year. Um, what'd you guys think, man? First time ever. You know, WWE always does the whole first time ever, really big. Um, but Elimination Chamber, first time.
They pulled it off, kept it going, and I'm excited for it every time.
Was this? This wasn't Eric Bischoff's actual creation, right? Who created this?
I'm not really sure. I know on camera they made it seem like it was his, but I'm not sure if it was a Michael Hayes thing or Eric Bischoff might have had some input on it, honestly. But it sounds like it could be a Michael Hayes thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or
I know it's someone else.
or Bruce Pritchard.
It was a good match. Great first time ever. RVD. I can't remember that year, but RVD was treated like a star in the match. He was on the fucking poster by himself.
Yep.
And he opened it up. Him and Triple H opened it up, and was he the first one eliminated? I think.
Right. He actually was. He was the very first one eliminated by Booker T. 13 minutes into the match, so he didn't last very long.
He showed off pretty well though. His elimination.
He messed up Triple H's throat before he left.
Yeah, I loved him in it, but like his the way he got eliminated was kind of dumb to me. I understood it, but still, he did the frog splash off the top of one of the cells onto Triple H. Didn't pin him because he was too much in pain, obviously. And then Booker T did a splash, I think, or a top. He did a top rope move.
Oh,
and then pin.
Yeah. No, you were right. RVD did the 5-star, and then Booker T did the scissor kick, and I think he eliminated him like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But and then he went to go pin Triple H, and Triple H kicked out, obviously. But yeah, and, I think RVD was sure like a star in it, besides the elimination. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed his performance in it.
You know, a lot of people give. I don't know if you could really call him part time at this time about Shawn Michaels. I know he was not doing house shows, live events, and he was only doing Monday Night Raws. But this is the kickoff of giving a part timer a world championship. If Shawn Michaels didn't come back, I think Rob Van Dam was the obvious choice of making a world champion. Or if they did not have Shawn, yeah, if Shawn Michaels just was not in this match and they didn't put him in the world title picture, I really do think that's why, Rob Van Dam was treated like that going in and was maybe on the poster because they make the poster like probably months in advance. So I'm pretty sure like that would have been a sight to see. Um, but yeah, Rob Van Dam unfortunately got eliminated first. Um, the way they were going, I don't see why. Like you said, Franco, they just it made sense, but it was kind of like you're teasing us the whole time with RVD, and then you just make him go out like a punk.
Yeah, I think like they had him started off like I said, but I think they could have eliminated Booker T or Kane before him, but I mean I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
seeing as Kane is the bigger guy, you would want to target the big guy, right? Or have RVD hold out at least to appear more strong against everyone else.
And see, I would even say at this time, I don't even think they knew where they were going with Mania, because you're supposed to be building up Booker T as well, because he's the one who obviously challenges Triple H at Mania for the belt, but you don't build him up at all in this match either. I don't. So I just usually around November, December, you kind of get a range of what's going to happen at Mania, but Raw was so weird at this time. You didn't know who could challenge Triple H or Shawn Michaels at this time. Like
Did Booker T and Triple H face off at this WrestleMania coming up? 03?
Yeah, 03
Oh, okay.
WrestleMania 19.
Oh, okay. I got one confused. I thought it was 02. I thought they were coming off of that.
Yeah.
Then when was the triple threat? That was 04 with
04.
Michaels,
Benoit and Triple H.
Yeah. Okay. I got my ears confused.
So Triple H did like I think two, two, three, four. Yeah, he did like four manias in a row where he was the main world champion going into it. So yeah, and then Booker T gets eliminated right after that. He entered at number 4. Chris Jericho pins him 17 minutes into the match. Um, Kane had his shot. We'll talk about Kane for a minute. Like I said, Kane just got done having the rivalry with Triple H. I would have liked to see Kane get eliminated first, like you said. It makes more sense to me. We know he's not going anywhere after this Elimination Chamber match. Um, but again, they made Chris Jericho seem like he was off maybe going to do some damage too. Chris Jericho got a lot of high spots. He eliminated some key people, and he lasted all the way into the final 3. So
I would give an RVD that spot for sure. Final
yeah,
3.
yeah. But I think this
Well,
is where, again, this is probably where they start sprinkling the groundwork for Jericho, Shawn Michaels at Mania. Um, what do you guys think of '03 Jericho? To me, '03 or not '03, '02 Jericho to me is just. I think I talked about it on the SummerSlam episode. He's just you don't know where he's going to be. Just a few months earlier, he's going against Ric Flair at Unforgiven. At No Mercy the month before, he's going up against he's tagging with Christian against Booker T and Goldust, and now in this one he's in the main event. So
I think 02 Jericho was jacked.
he was
I
jacked.
saw that too.
He
When
was
he came
jacked.
out, I was like, "Damn,
Yeah,
this is Jericho."
I loved
Where's
his
Where's
entrance.
Jericho at now?
I loved his entrance though.
He's in Terrifier 2. That's where he's at.
Oh yeah, he is.
So loved his entrance.
I mean, with Shawn Michaels coming back and that changing everything up, like you were talking about how they didn't book Booker T properly, they didn't book Bobby D properly. He should have won this. With Shawn Michaels coming back with those pants on, RVD should have won.
I think they messed up whenever they put it for the world title, the Elimination Chamber.
They were testing the waters. It was a big new thing. It was a big match, big old structure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put a title match on it.
Yeah.
I guess.
So Chris Jericho eliminates Kane, Booker T back to back, and then Shawn Michaels eliminates Chris Jericho, and then you have Shawn Michaels and Triple H going at it for the final 10 minutes of the match. Rightfully so, Shawn Michaels eliminates Triple H, World Championship victory. You guys have any spots you want to talk about as far as like the last 3 or Jericho and Triple H? To me, honestly, I enjoyed the match, but this time around watching it, I did not enjoy it like thought I was going to. I didn't thoroughly enjoy it. I thought there's more entertaining Elimination Chamber matches out there. To me, this felt like a clusterfuck.
They didn't know where they were going with it to begin with, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed Shawn Michaels going through the glass.
The bulletproof glass.
Yeah,
The
him and
bulletproof.
someone else went through it earlier as well. Unless he went through both.
Yeah.
Well, suck if he went through both. Did he go through both?
I can't remember. I know it's 2 spots that someone went through glass. I know Shawn Michaels was one of them.
I think Jericho was the other.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
But I did enjoy that, them going through a bulletproof glass.
Yeah, them in pain and bleeding. I enjoy it. I love
Inject it to my blood.
Put that on the blood.
I wanted to bring this up. The sounds were super fun about when the wrestlers would take bumps on the steel grate on the outside of the ring. I know it probably didn't sound and feel fun for them, but rewatching it sounded pretty cool. So
I felt bad for the camera guys in this match. The structure.
Yeah. So Sweet Chin Music, Shawn Michaels gets the pin. I know we didn't quite understand or enjoy, well, at least why Shawn Michaels would probably win and only keep it for 3 weeks. He only had the belt for 2.5, 3 weeks, I think.
I did not know that. That makes this even more shittier.
Yeah,
That dropped my rating down.
he
God,
drops.
those pants suck.
He drops. He drops it 3 weeks later at Armageddon in a 3 stages of hell match with Triple H. Not even at the Rumble. Not even at an anniversary show, but at
This
Armageddon.
is this is why we don't watch wrestling.
Yeah. So.
Austin Theory, dude. I swear.
Jeez. Straight up with that.
But yeah, Shawn Michaels gets world championship. I think this is his fourth world championship. First time he held it since WrestleMania 14. Um, and this was the last time he would hold a world championship too. He wouldn't win another one after this. Um, I don't know what was worse, the haircut or the trousers.
Dude, that
The
was a
match.
clusterfuck.
He looked like Karen. He
Had
could have
shit
been a
herself.
Karen. Yeah.
You know, this one was gonna be 6, but with the new information that has dawned on me, I'm gonna go with 5. I think I'm still being generous, honestly,
Mm.
because our RVD should have won. The match shouldn't have been for the world title. Should have been for the number one contendership for the world title. They could have done Shawn Michaels versus Triple H 1-on-1. Michaels win. The winner of the Elimination Chamber goes on, faces Michaels at the next pay-per-view, who could have been RVD, and RVD could have won it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Dream match that
Dream
still
booking.
never really happened. And if it did happen, I think it happened on just a random Monday Night Raw when we were talking about Shawn Michaels and RVD.
What happened at Raw is 30.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 tacos for me.
I'm gonna go 5 as well. I didn't love it. Like I said, it was a cluster. Was it entertaining? Yeah, but I don't think I would want to sit through a 40-minute cluster again. So I'm gonna give it 5.
I'm gonna give it a 5. The pants would have dropped it at 4 loaded, but no, just 5.
Yeah. Great pay-per-view. I kind of wish it ended on a different note. But again, this was a good moment to end on, even though the match wasn't, superb. Shawn Michaels winning, Madison Square Garden, confetti, Jim Ross with the ending call. We may not agree with a lot of the stuff that they do, but this is the way the pay-per-view should have ended. Just 4 years after his back surgery and stuff. So, or he didn't even have surgery, but after his back injury. So 5 for me. Yeah. You want to do like an overall show rating out of 7?
Sure. I'd give it 4 loaded. I think the highlight of it was probably the 2 tag matches. So if I were to go seek out any matches on this card whatsoever, probably the 2 tag matches, especially the triple threat tag.
I thought I was gonna enjoy this pay-per-view a little bit more than I did, but same. The tag team title match saved it, and I'm gonna give it 5 out of 7 for show overall.
Oh, I was going 5 loaded. 5 loaded because the women's match, even though we've been spoiled these past few years and they gotten better, that one still was outstanding compared to everything else we've seen from the women over there. The tag team matches, Heyman turning on Lesnar, the debut of the Elimination Chamber, and it still being a strong match. Not the match itself we just saw, but match type. Saliva was live. That was, anyways. I'm gonna go 5 loaded. I think it was a fair show. I think it stood up there. Not great, but yeah, it was good.
What'd you guys think of who should have won? RVD.
I mean,
I think we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
Favorite match, I think we've all agreed as well. Triple threat tag team title match.
Lewinsky versus Matt Hardy. That should have happened.
What do you guys think about the commentary? Do you have a favorite? Are we doing favorites, or what did you just think? To me, again, I'm probably going to get some flack. If Michael Cole and Taz are on the show, it's always going to be Michael Cole and Taz. JR and King, I was over them in the '90s.
They don't live up. I've never liked Lawler. Um,
Puppies.
I'm not a fan of Jim Ross. I've said that multiple times on different podcasts, and people will give me flack for it, but I just think he's overrated. I
And
think
some,
if Pat McAfee was around this time, we'll be spoiled.
I think Jr. is loved for a lot of his, like, "Oh God," or "Make yourself famous, kid." You know, like his one-offs, not his
Yeah,
commentary in general.
yeah.
But
His one-offs, I'll give him credit for. Like those are really good. But listening, like if like we've been on an O2 binge, haven't we?
Yeah,
So I'm kind of getting
yeah,
tired of Jim Ross.
yeah. So the
but you're
next one will
right
be
about that.
a SmackDown only pay per view.
Uh, that you're right though about the Cole and Taz. Taz is fun. Cole is always spot on. Like he's always just going. People always hate Cole, and I always thought like Cole was cool. Like I don't. I mean, I'm not a coal miner, but you know, he's just a good. He's good commentary.
Sounds like something
He
a coal
really is.
miner would say.
Shut up, Franco.
Weakest angle.
That
I
haircut.
think her angle was pretty good. I don't think it was that weak. Um,
This guy.
I don't know. The
Steiner.
yeah, yeah.
It wasn't an angle per se, but it was a weak debut.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like,
Uh,
why? Who cares?
yeah.
This,
Probably an unpopular opinion, but mine's gonna be Big Show and Brock Lesnar.
I mean, of course,
I
right?
think there was just so much build, and then you just get a 4 minute match, and then if we're talking about angle payoff, I mean, the rivalry ends with Lesnar and Big Show at the Rumble in another short match. The winner gets into the Royal Rumble match. No payoff to this rivalry whatsoever. It's Big Show was just used as a stepping stone. Big Show even kept the title for 3 weeks. He lost the belt the next month at the next pay per view.
Oh my god,
So
this show sucks.
so
Jeez.
to me that would be
Overall,
my
dropping down to a 3.
weakest
Oh
link.
god.
So you both agreed on the Scott Steiner.
I mean,
Honestly, maybe the Elimination Chamber altogether, because
yeah.
Triple H goes on and faces Booker T. You get nothing out of that. Shawn Michaels said loses in 3 weeks. RVD, what happens to RVD?
Lost.
RVD is not even on the WrestleMania card in a few months.
And
He just
then
got lost.
Kane. I don't know what
Kane's
the hell
not
happens to Kane.
Kane's not on the WrestleMania card in a few months.
Jericho, he goes on with face Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, and then
Uh,
Booker T. Yeah, so 3 out of the 6 aren't even on the WrestleMania card the next month or in a few
Freaking
months.
Jericho before, like you said, he was just lost all over the year,
Yeah,
and then he's just here, just for
yeah.
some
So
reason.
it's a
yeah.
lost angle. That's a good one too. Uh, Underappreciated. I couldn't remember if that's underappreciated match or underappreciated wrestler of the night.
Wrestler.
Wrestler of the night, I'll go with JBL. That dude's just a fucking
He's
man.
not.
He's underappreciated. Chavo.
Good
Chavo
one.
was really good at this time, and he's not really talked about as much, but Chavo was phenomenal in his match. Like I said, him and Edge had really good chemistry, but all of the guys, all 6 men, had great chemistry together.
That's a good bring up. I'm gonna have to copy you and say that too, Chavo. That's a good bring up. If I had to pick another one just to be different, I would say uh
RVD.
yeah,
Yeah.
RVD.
Like, he was just lost after that, and he was already screwed out of it to begin with.
Yeah.
So that was
He
pretty bad.
didn't win the title till what, another 3 years?
Yeah.
You can say Chavo was underappreciated, but for the time he was underappreciated. This match, he won the titles.
Yeah.
We'll give him that. RVD got screwed out of from WWE like completely all throughout.
Yeah.
It's because he was ECW guy.
Yeah,
Gear of the night.
This one was a tough one for me.
Shawn
Matt
Michaels
Hardy.
pants.
I usually go with Edge, but RVD's singlet was pretty dope. But Jericho is red.
Yep.
I enjoyed that, so I'll probably go with Jericho overall.
Man,
Kane.
you're gonna go with Kane.
Maybe. Because RVD singlets all kind of look the same to me. I forget sometimes. But Kane, I don't know the last time I've seen this attire of his. He just looked like a monster in it. Like he is a big red machine. I mean, I like this attire in general. That's just me.
Let's go with the flashiest pants of the night. How about Rico's pants?
Oh, I thought he was going with Shawn Michaels. Dude.
We'll say Rico's flashy pants. And then I guess we'll finish it off with song of the night.
Saliva.
Jericho or the Always theme song for Survivor Series. Because I have written down, I'm going to go with Chris Jericho's entrance by Saliva.
Both.
Good.
Just Saliva overall.
Good. Oh my god.
Here you go, Andy.
Freaking. I had a pick in my head and I forgot it now.
You said Edge earlier.
Yeah, you're right. I did say Edge. I already an Edge. They always got me, but maybe Edge. Yeah.
I'll probably go with RVD, honestly.
You know, we always got to say like RVD. If he's there, his song it
slaps.
Automatic.
Slaps.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Yeah. Well, it's Survivor Series 2002, guys. Was there anything else you guys want to add to the pay-per-view?
How about worst attire of the night? Who are you guys going with?
Worst?
The worst attire of the night.
Big Show. Black jeans.
All Heyman's ponytail.
That ponytail. It's just holding on.
Brock Lesnar's taped ribs.
All right. No worst attire of the night. Never mind.
So there we go. Survivor Series 2002. Unless you guys have anything else to add, and I think it was a fun pay-per-view to talk about. It's definitely diverse, unique. Maybe one of the, definitely one of the last few Survivor Series that was decent. Maybe for just another few years, but yeah, definitely diverse conversation. I recommend going and checking it out. It's November. Go on Peacock and check out a lot of the different Survivor Series. It's that time of the month, so I don't know when is this. This is going to drop Saturday, right?
Yeah, 12th.
The 12th. Yeah, Survivor Series is just a few weeks away, so go binge watch some Survivor Series.
Yeah, I'd recommend off this card Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. A Crown Jewel 2022. That was a good match.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a very good match.
We don't talk about regular wrestling or current wrestling right now. So, next pick is Andy.
We're gonna go with WrestleMania 21.
Oof.
21.
Yeah. You want to talk about the first? What was the first of this pay-per-view? That's right.
Moolah in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
That's right.
That I've seen that match like so many times because it's
all
on
right.
the
We're
ladder
gonna
match
see it
DVD.
again.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. But I've seen it so many times because it's on the ladder match DVD, and Edge is like one of my favorites of all time, and it's on his DVD as well. So I've seen that match so many times, so I'm pumped for that match. Nothing else on the card, just that one match.
I mean, as long as you got something to look forward to, man.
Yeah. Same moment of the night at WrestleMania 21 is Adam Sandler clapping when they show him. So
we're gonna do a top 5 segment that night as well, and do a top 5 Adam Sandler movie.
I can't wait.
Adam Sandler movies. All right, I love those.
So
on a wrestling podcast.
WrestleMania 21. I can't wait.
That will be in 2 weeks, Saturday, November 26th. That you'll be on. You see this. But if you give us a follow on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Social media is at Wrasslin Talkos. I think we're close to 5K follows on there. I post reels of indie shows, and other stuff on there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hit 100K last month. Nice. I think we're at currently at 150K.
52.
Yeah, 153K.
53.
Currently. And yeah, thank y'all for the support. We have content almost every day here. So subscribe to that and follow these two lovely guys wherever they want to plug their social medias.
The Instagram, all one word, the Cinnamon Movie Podcast, WrestleMania 29.
Not,
So yeah, just give us a follow. A bunch of physical media that gets posted on there, shows what's coming up. So appreciate the support. Continue to support wherever you can. Andy,
can we appreciate how he pointed out the sign like he's going to WrestleMania?
I'm going to WrestleMania.
I'm going to Wrestle.
Well, technically,
Also,
I
it's spelled
am WrestleMania 21.
yeah, that's right. We are going, and it's spelled cinnamon, like CINEMEN, not like the spice.
The spice.
You can follow me at A7EVVEN for Instagram and Twitter, I guess. And that's it for right now. For right now.
Thank y'all for watching. I would say listening, but I don't think I'm gonna be uploading as much audio. I've just been feeling lazy, taking breaks as needed. Y'all got anything else you want to talk about? Say anything?
Not at the moment, man. It's always fun, always a pleasure talking with you guys, talking about some wrestling and some tacos. Next time, I promise I will have some tacos here, eating some tacos in front of you guys.
Nice.
Yeah. We have fun here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This drops Saturday, so this Monday, catch the Moon Podcast live, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Catch them doing that, and we'll catch y'all guys in the next one. Peace, love, tacos.